In the not-too-distant future, our world will encounter a food crisis like never before. By 2050, the global population is projected to reach almost 10 billion people, skyrocketing the demand for food and putting immense pressure on our agricultural systems. This video explores the various causes of this crisis and the devastating impacts it will have, as well as the innovative solutions that could save us. The primary culprit behind this food crisis is the exponential growth of the population. With more people to feed, the amount of arable land available for farming is not increasing at the same rate. Urbanization, soil degradation, and climate change are decreasing the amount of usable farmland, creating a ticking time bomb of disparity between population growth and food production capacity. Climate change is exacerbating this problem even further. Rising temperatures, unpredictable weather patterns, and extreme events like droughts, floods, and hurricanes are already disrupting food production. Crop yields are decreasing, making it harder to grow enough food. Additionally, pests and diseases that thrive in warmer climates are spreading to new areas, posing yet another threat to food security. Water scarcity is another critical factor contributing to the food crisis. Agriculture heavily relies on water, and many major agricultural regions are already facing shortages. Over-extraction of groundwater, pollution of freshwater sources, and inefficient irrigation practices are depleting our water resources. As the climate continues to change, severe droughts will plague certain regions, making it even more challenging to maintain food production. Soil health is also deteriorating, posing a significant threat to agriculture. Intensive farming practices, excessive use of chemical fertilizers, and pesticides and deforestation have led to soil degradation and erosion. Healthy soil is crucial for growing crops, and without it, agricultural productivity will decline. Furthermore, monoculture farming reduces biodiversity, making crops more vulnerable to pests and diseases. One of the most alarming aspects of this crisis is the unequal distribution of food resources. Even today, millions of people go hungry due to poverty, lack of infrastructure, and political instability, despite there being enough food globally. In 2050, these inequalities will likely be even more pronounced. Wealthy nations and individuals will have better access to food, while poorer regions will suffer from acute shortages and malnutrition. The impacts of the food crisis in 2050 will be profound, and far-reaching hunger and malnutrition will become widespread, particularly among children, leading to severe health problems. Malnourished populations are more susceptible to diseases, have lower productivity, and face higher mortality rates. The urgency to find innovative solutions and avert this catastrophe cannot be overstated. The time to act is now, to ensure a sustainable and secure future for all. The consequences of widespread hunger are devastating, with potential increases in conflicts and mass migrations as people seek food and better living conditions. Additionally, the environmental impacts are significant, as more land is converted for agriculture, leading to deforestation and loss of biodiversity. This, in turn, contributes to climate change, creating a dangerous cycle. Overfishing to meet protein demands depletes marine resources, further destabilizing ecosystems. Addressing the 2050 food crisis requires a multifaceted approach. Innovations in agricultural technology and practices are crucial. Precision agriculture, which optimizes farming practices using data and technology, can increase crop yields and reduce resource use. Developing drought-resistant and pest-resistant crop varieties through genetic modification and selective breeding is also essential. Sustainable farming practices must be adopted to restore soil health and preserve water resources. Agroecology, which integrates ecological principles into farming, enhances soil fertility, increases biodiversity, and improves resilience to climate change. Another critical step is reducing food waste at all stages of the supply chain, as currently, about 1/3 of all food produced is wasted. Investing in alternative food sources, such as lab-grown meat, insect protein, and algae, can diversify our food supply and reduce pressure on traditional agriculture. These alternatives require fewer resources to produce and are more sustainable. Urban farming and vertical farming, which bring food production closer to consumers and reduce the environmental footprint, are also effective solutions. Policy changes and international cooperation are essential to address the systemic issues contributing to the food crisis. Governments must invest in agricultural research and development, support smallholder farmers, and promote sustainable farming practices. Ensuring fair trade practices and improving food distribution networks reduce inequalities and ensure equitable access to food. Education and awareness play a crucial role. Consumers must be educated about sustainable food choices and the importance of reducing food waste. Empowering communities with knowledge and tools to grow their own food enhances food security at the local level. Lastly, global initiatives and partnerships are needed to share knowledge, resources, and technologies, enabling a collective effort to combat the food crisis.